And now I would like to introduce the first delegate speaker of our plenary. She comes from Ethiopia, and her name is Lina Imran. She's currently studying for her master's degree in peace and security at the University of Addis Ababa. And I'm sure she knows the threat that climate change poses to both peace and security. Since she was 15, Lina had been involved in community-based projects and national campaigns for blood donors, for polio victims, and raising awareness for human rights violations. Excuse me. That's what traffic does to you. Yeah. At the university, she chose to study political science and international relations in order to get better understanding of cooperation and interdependency among nations, exactly what this event is all about. And I think you will all want to hear what Lina has to say. Lina, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Anand, for your amazing introduction. Dear councillors, youth delegates, and invited guests of different companies and organizations, I'm happy to be here with you all to address this important gathering on the issue of environment and its protection. When we talk about environment, the first issue that is mainly raised is the increasing effects of the climate change. And the climate change have been having a negative effect on the whole globe, but the severe effect will be on the most vulnerable nations, economies, and ecosystems. Asia is one of those affected regions. Himalayas, Karakum, Hindu Kush is a typical example whereby the water towers of the South and Central Asia are increasingly losing its capacity to irrigate the fertile soil due to the climate change. The Economic Commission of Africa Sustainable Development Report also indicates that almost all parts of Africa experience climatic variability, and extreme events such as floods, droughts, and desertification are at the core of serious challenges and threats facing sustainable development in Africa. These problems have far-reaching adverse impacts on human health, food security, economic activity, physical infrastructure, natural resource and environment, and global security. The underlying cause for most droughts can be related to changing weather patterns manifested through the excessive build-up heat on the Earth's surface and rainfall, and reduced cloud cover all over, which results in a greater evaporation rates. And land degradation and desertification constitutes major causes for forced human migration, environmental refugee, deadly conflict over the use of dwindling natural resource, food security and starvation, destruction for critical habitats, and loss for biological diversity. So you can imagine the intensity of the problem that is causing are among the most costly events and processes among many developing nations. Besides, the continuing failure to reverse the environmental trend is undermining the world food economy. Our environment is depleted in alarming rate, and we, as the owners of the future, and also we, as a young people, we need to use our dreams, imaginations, to meet the carbon emissions target by 2020. And we, as a young people, we need to use our energy to revive our environment. And we, as a young people, we need to use our enthusiasm to mobilize, plan, organize, and execute environmental cleanup programs. And we, as a young people, we need to use our number into influencing and urging our leaders in the decision-making processes of climate change. And we, as a young people, we need to use our creativity in taking conservation methods. And we, as a young people, we need to use our stamina and strengths to live for greater causes that brings us together via campaigning, advocacy, and communication. And we, as a young people, ladies and gentlemen, we can save our planet from the resultant effect of climate change by starting to affect millions out there today by passing this resolution. Yes, we can. Thank you.